Hey guys, welcome back. Hopefully we can get this ball rolling with section 2. We've had some technical difficulties, but that's all right. We're going to get through it. So let's go ahead and get started with section 2 of level 1 of lesson 2. So in this next section, we are actually going to be going over the verb to be. Okay, we're going to go over the verb to be. And we are also going to review the present continuous. We did that in the last lesson, well, in lesson 1. So in lesson 2, we are going to do a little bit more review with the present continuous, with the what questions and with the yes no questions. And the reason I want to go over this a little bit more is because we will actually be using the verb to be with the present continuous. And I want to make sure that you guys understand how to use the verb to be with another verb plus ing. That is how we get the present continuous. I also want you to understand when you should use the present continuous in your sentences. Now, I am going to move on to this next slide. We are going to review our to be worksheet right here. And hopefully you guys can see this without any problems. Hopefully this is coming through nice and clear. So let's talk about the verb to be. Okay, the verb to be, and I'm just going to read this right here. The verb to be is a very important verb in the English language because it helps us explain the condition or characteristics of people and things. It helps us explain the condition or characteristics of people and things. In the study of grammar, so when we study grammar, we say that this verb shows a state of being. If you remember in class, I talk about to be a lot when I say that it shows an existence, right? We exist. So that's what a state of being is, okay? This verb is usually seen as a linking verb or a helping verb, a linking verb. It links the subject of a sentence to an adjective or a noun. It links the subject of a sentence to an adjective or a noun. It is also used with gerunds to show action happening right now. This verb is very irregular, so it's not a regular verb. It is important to know its correct forms in the past, present, and future tenses. So let's take a look. So we talk about first person, second person, and third person. And we talk about first, second, and third person singular and first, second, and third person plural. Let's talk about the present tense because that's where we will be using our present continuous a lot, okay? So I am, here's our present tense. I am, you are, he, she, or it is, we are, you are, they are. Let's look at a sentence right here, these sentences. We are happy. So that's just a regular use of to be, right? We are happy. We are students. Happy in this case, we look at that as an adjective. Students is a noun. We are students. We were studying, and were is our past tense of to be. We are dancing. We're back in the present tense, plural of to be. So when we look at these sentences, complete each sentence by writing the correct form of the verb to be. I will actually put a link or a document. I will try to put a document in the on the YouTube page so that you can actually print this document for yourself and complete this assignment. And maybe we can get a chance to go over it. I don't want to do that right now because we have a lot to talk about with the present continuous. And I don't want us to run out of time here in our second 20-minute section. So, but again, with our verb to be, I am, you are, and this is our present tense. We can talk about the past tense and the future tense later, but for our present tense, I am, you are, he, she, or it is, we are, you are, they are. Okay, that's great. Now, let's go back to our slides. And I am going to, first, I am going to change the view. Okay, then I'm going to try to see if I can move myself up to the, let's move. Well, it's not going to agree with me. um, let's try this again. Okay, let's see if I can, no, it won't let me do it. It won't let me move myself up to the corner so that I won't be in the way of the words. It won't let me do it right now. This is a very tricky system and it's been really annoying sometimes, but okay, let's move on to our next slide. So let's talk about the present continuous and the what questions. We are going to review page 34. We actually did page 34 the other day. We're going to review page 34 in our workbook, and I'm sorry, in our student book. You should have these pages in your student book, or you should have received them from me. Okay, so here we have our verb to be. So we're talking about what questions, right? What? Then we have our verb to be, and then we have our person. Okay, so this is our second person, you. What are you doing? And you know that with the verb to be, it's you are. You are. He is. He is. She is. They are. So we start out with our what question, what? Then we put our to be verb, are. Then we put our person, which is our second person, you. And then we put our verb plus ing. So our verb is do plus ing. What are you doing? What is our verb to be? What is he doing? What is she doing? What are they doing? Here we see our abbreviation, our contraction, what apostrophe S. So we can say, oh, what is he doing? But we don't say that. We say, what's he doing? What's he doing? What's she doing? We shorten it. Okay, that's how we ask our question in our present continuous. Excuse me. Now, okay, guys, I got it to work. I was able to move myself up to the corner. Never say never, right? Um, okay, so let's talk about so we're talking about our present continuous and our what questions, okay? Our present continuous and our what questions. Um, and we talked about what are you doing? What is he doing? What is she doing? What are they doing? And this should be page 34. So this was just for review. So let's move to the next slide. And I actually am going to take us to another page. And let's take a look at our present continuous tab. Okay. Okay, so on this page, we're going to talk about present continuous, and we are going to talk about to be plus ing. Okay, so this is how we form the present continuous, but we're going to talk about it in the positive, in the negative, and then with our yes no question. We talk about our yes no question in our book, and we're going to take a look at that in a minute, but I wanted us to kind of go through this a little bit. So in our positive, to be plus ing, I am walking. You are walking. So we have our subject, we have our um, to be verb, and then we have our verb walk plus ing. I am walking. You are walking. He is walking. She is walking. It is walking. We are walking. You are walking. They are walking. That's in the positive. That's in the positive sense. Now in the negative, meaning you're not doing something, we just add the word not. That's how we do our negative. I am not walking. You are not walking. And so forth. Okay? Now in our question, this is our yes or no question. Am I walking? So we start out with our verb to be. This is a question. So we start out with our verb to be, and it's not just a question, it's a yes, no question. It's not a what question, it's a yes, no question. And our yes, no question is, am I walking? Are you walking? Is he walking? Is she walking? Is it walking? Are we walking? Are you walking? Are they walking? We start out with our to be verb in our yes, no question. Okay? We take a look at the next slide. When should we use the present continuous tense? Okay? What are our time expressions used with the present continuous tense? We use present continuous when there's something happening right now, at this moment, right now, at the present. We can use our present continuous tense. I am walking right now. I am teaching right now, right? If we use words like these days, this week, this month, and so on, these days I am studying English. This week I am cooking pasta. This month I am going to the grocery store. Okay? You can use your present continuous when you have these time expression. Now, presently, at this time, at this moment, these days, this week, this month. We also use it with some future expressions. Tomorrow. Tomorrow, I am going to the grocery store. Next week, I am making a bag. Tonight, I am watching TV. Tomorrow morning, we are eating breakfast. So these are all future expressions. So when you start out with a future expression, you can then follow that with a present continuous sentence. Okay, so this is the same thing that just tells us present continuous, the present continuous sentence. I wanted us to try to watch this video, but it does not work. So we are going to go back to our tab here and move on to our next slide. All right, so let's move to our next slide. So here we see our yes, no question. Yes, no questions like we talked about before. right? This is page 36 of your student book, and this is what that page should look like for you if you have the second edition. This is what that page should look like. And as you can see here, are you working? So that's what these are right here. Are you working? The answer, excuse me, yes, I am, or no, I'm not. Is he working? Yes, he is, or no, he isn't. Is she working? Yes, she is. No, she isn't. Pointer. Are they working? Yes, they are. No, they aren't. And you can see that here, I just, typed out the same thing as you can see right here for the present continuous. Just take a note or take a special note of this section right here where it talks about the spelling change for some of our verbs, okay? So just kind of take note of that. We won't go into that right now. We'll have plenty of time to go over spelling change in verbs. So let's go down to our practice section for exercise 2. Let's see. Okay. So our practice section for exercise 2 is on page 36 of our student workbook. And let's kind of go over that, okay? So number 1, A, is she working? And you guys should have completed this assignment already. Is she working? Yes, she is. She's very busy. Okay. Then we have our next verb, drive. Is he driving to work? Yes, he is. He's late. Okay. Number 3, are they eating lunch now? Eat is our verb. Are they eating lunch now? Is a yes, no question. Yes, they are. They're hungry. Number 4, is he helping his grandmother? Yes, he is. He's really helpful. Number 5, is she taking a break? Yes, she is. She's tired. I know you guys are probably tired, but you'll get a break in a couple of minutes, I promise. Are they buying water? Buy, I almost couldn't see that. Are they buying water? Yes, they are. They are thirsty. All right, so let's look at our last slide for this section. Page 37 of our yes, no question. And this is what page 37 should look like for you. And let's take a look at what's happening here. You have some people, they look like they're grilling some hamburgers. They're making me hungry. So they are grilling some hamburgers and they're having a picnic, right? And you've got lots of people here, right? We've got Carla, Jennifer, Peter, Lisa, Paul, Joe, and Mike. And they all are doing different things, right? You've got some laying down, some who are cooking, some who are eating. And so the questions are, the first question is Joe driving to work? And as you can see these are the questions that are right here. Is Joe driving to work? Same questions down here. And you need to check your answer either yes or no. Either yes or no. Is Joe driving to work? So let's look at Joe. I don't think Joe's driving to work. He's flipping those hamburgers. He's having fun cooking. So is Joe driving to work? The answer is no. Is Mike helping his father? So let's look for Mike. It looks like Mike is helping his father. So we would say yes, Mike is helping his father. So that would be a yes, he is. Is Joe driving to work? No, he isn't. Is Lisa talking to her brother? Well, here's Lisa. And if Joe is her, I'm sorry, if Mike is her brother, then I would say yes, she's talking to her brother. Is Lisa talking to her brother? Yes, she is. Is Carla eating lunch? Carla looks like she's eating, so yes, she is. Is Jennifer working now? Jennifer looks like she's sitting and relaxing, so no, she isn't. Are Peter and Paul buying soda? Peter and Paul are chilling like a villain in the cut. That's a slang. Sorry, guys, I couldn't help it. Please don't repeat that, okay? But Peter and Paul are just relaxing. They are not buying soda. Now, for this section 3 down here, I just want us to kind of take a quick look. This is something you'll do at home. You can practice at home with your family or with your kids, or with another student. You and another student can hook up with each other and practice. And we've got some vocabulary words here I want us to take a look at. We have busy, hungry, thirsty, tired, driving, eating, studying, working. Repeat after me. Busy, busy, hungry, hungry, thirsty, thirsty, tired, tired, driving, driving, eating, eating, studying, studying, working, working. Okay, so that's it for section 2. Let's go ahead and wrap it up, and I'll be back for section 3.